Good morning, God. Thank you for today. Please grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Good morning, world. Good morning, America. And good morning, you mother cluckers. Let's make today a good day. We're the ones in the driver's seat.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, just that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, just that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the Well, I was born on the banks of the Sabine River, not far from the Texas line. I ain't got much, but I'm damn proud of this double wide up in the pines. I'll do whatever it takes, I'll go to my grave, protecting me and mine. So you better understand, if you step on my land, I'll leave you where you lie. Let the wolves cry. Let the wolves cry. Well, the devil's seed is money and greed, and we've all paid the cost. There ain't no way to ease the pain from this disease or get back what we've lost. Now history says that the wolves are all dead, but the truth is we've all moved on. We're still around on the outskirts of town, just wanna be left alone. Let the wolves cry. Line. I ain't got much, but I'm damn proud of this double wide off in the pines.
What's up, everybody? It's a Monday morning. What are we at? We're October 27th, 2025. Let's see, we got Scat Pack, Kiss Off, Huckleberry, Blue. We got, I saw Miss PJ, Matt, Huckleberry. Damn, I'm scrolling. All right. Unknown morning. Oh, yeah, I guess I do that. Boo. JD prepping. Morning. And I'm with you, Huck. We don't need no damn snow down here. New profile picture. I'll have to pull it up. Oh, man, I gotta zoom it in. Oh, okay. It's hard to see it on this. It's a little bit, it's smaller than a damn penny. But it looks cool. Well, I had to kind of put it over in another thing and then zoom it up. So what's up, everybody? Did y'all have a good weekend? We're still intact so far. The rain wasn't too bad. A few limbs fell out of that other tree, I noticed. But it wasn't, we didn't lose power. So it was all good in the hood. I know that I think that storm cell's going through, what is it, Arkansas, Georgia, what is it, like Alabama and Tennessee or something? It's going through that way. Been up for a while, so I'm like, phew. And it sucks I get up early, but you can't really do nothing because trying to be quiet. Oh, I did. I was, and I should have done that. I was actually going to be a smart ass about it, but then I thought, nah, I don't want to be a smart ass. But see, I guess I should have been a smart ass because I was actually going to do a short little video just for you, Kiss Off, to go see I took the flags down. So there. They were taken down, folded up, brought inside Then as it passed and it all was done, I went out and hung them back up. And I started to video it just for you, because I know you're probably sitting there going, probably didn't take the flags down, probably didn't take the flags down. And see it, I took the damn flags down. And man, them taters and sausage and stuff was good, let me tell you. Good to see you. Thank you, PJ. It's good to see y'all being blessed with another day. I like it when you're bitchy. Well, see, I don't want to be bitchy. But then again, this is 2025, so you can just be honest and be considered bitchy. So, I mean, you don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to even use cuss words, really. You can just be honest. And all of a sudden, you're bitchy. It's like, no, just pointing out the facts. Oh, so did everybody come through the storms okay? I know it looks like we got more blue, I guess, coming up into Tennessee and stuff, huh? I don't know what the winds look like going up that way. It was kind of gusty. My main concern was the tornado action, because, man, them things just kind of pop up. There's like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wow, that's just kind of stormy looking. Oh, what's that? Bam, that's it. It dips down and says, quack, quack, quack. It's kind of like a kid with pixie sticks. We had storms yesterday, tornadoes in the lower port. See, that's what I was worried about here, because up in little northern part, they had some that popped up. But, hey, by the grace of God, here we are. I hope y'all, anybody that's in a heavy concentrated area, I will say I kind of hope everybody's kind of adjusting to where you're at. I wish I could explain that better, because I do get frustrated. There's so many people that I know, and they have good suggestions and everything, but they come at it in such a factual way pertaining to their area. And I just hope people don't lose sight of some things pertaining to their area, because every area is a little different. What's up, Tuck? If you know that majority of people around you are, EBT card holders and, have the potential, because everybody knows their area, man. If you live in one of those, like, keep the door locked, walk down your driveway backwards so you keep your eye on the road. I mean, and so I could talk all lax, like, well, okay, whatever. But I wouldn't want to put nobody in harm's way. So pay attention to your surroundings. I'll say that. 37. Oh, it's up to 40. See, y'all just can keep that kind of stuff up there. Just like we keep the heat down here to ourselves. We try to, if we can. But hey, y'all keep that cold stuff up there. But then again, that's one way of, I guess, controlling things. You just kind of flood this whole area with a big blanket of snow, and everybody stays indoors. It helps create natural barriers. Although I think y'all are used to it up there. I just think it's important, man. It's just because it's crazy times. It's crazy times naturally, because it's just hurricane season. So, even under normal conditions, this is kind of that season. And then you have the intentional, like division, disruption. Then you have just the ignorant attack because, hey, that sounded like a good thing. And it's just what a wave. And then you've got people that, like, I don't know, man, somehow they feel like the government owes them. And they don't have any concept that the government makes no money other than off people. So the more the government you want the government to give you, somebody got to foot the bill. And there's a big disconnect with this population on that's not how it works. So I mean, you can be part of the taking advantage, part of the problem, or you can not be reliant on that. Decades ago, we tried, when I had my cervical spine, half of it changed. She went down. We saw the limit. It's like, man, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Give that to somebody else, and we figured it out. We figured it out ever since. But you got people that's their way of life, and nowadays, matter of fact, we've talked about this even before a lot of this shit come about. I mean, we literally created that whole housing thing so long ago that there's actually multiple generations that have been raised in that environment. Like, that's the way of life as they know it. And I think that makes a difference. And then when I saw something about there was a percentage chart too. And it's like Americans are like, I don't know, we're down fifth or sixth, seventh maybe in the list of the top 10 of, I don't know what you want to say. I think it was based off ethnicity. Yeah, I think that's what it was based off of. And it's all a bunch of other countries. It's different. They came here, and this is the only life here they know is that they've been given shit, and all of a sudden that has a chance of being turned off. And as it gets turned off, it's kind of like some bars are prepared. They read that drunk, and so they know when they tell that drunk that you're not getting no more, that they could potentially get loud and get violent. So what they do is usually have the bouncer come up, and be right there within range. So whenever and then there's bars that don't even have a clue, and they just rattle shit off. Little dude freaks out. He goes into a tirade, busts some chairs, busts some stuff, ends up creating a ruckus. So what's up, Dusty Country Road? Big Dusty, little Dusty. Y'all got some storm action moving in on y'all, don't you? And it just, I don't know. You got to read the room, and you know your area. So that's what all I could recommend. Surfing the interwebs there. You hear information. And as you process that, and you're going, yeah, well then stop a moment and apply those principles to your area. Like, make a trip in your mind from where you're at to work, to the store, whatever. What you just heard, do you get a visual of that? Like, is that really a reality right there around you in your area? Does it represent? I think that's what's key. Because just once again, not areas are all the same, but that doesn't mean people in areas where things aren't happening shouldn't be paying attention, because it can happen in the blink of an eye. Hey, morning, Lady Sky. And with these storms coming through, that's already gonna create ripples in things. Because dealing with that, I think that it's easy to kind of, I don't know. That's one thing I noticed this weekend, kind of, plus being disconnected from the internet pretty much, unless I get on the phone, which I just pump this through the phone so I can stream with y'all. But it's like, wow, man, there's like I don't know. Here, I tell you what, I know Huckleberry will get what I'm saying. It's like growing up around the Gulf, and that becomes your ocean representation, and then you go to the Pacific coast or the Atlantic coast, and it looks way different, and you go, but wait, is this the ocean? And it's like, and it's because even though it's technically all the ocean, but the Gulf looks different than the Pacific or the Atlantic because it's basically a bowl. So the environment inside that is different. Where you get on the outer coast, it's not balled up. And so all of a sudden the picture is different. And it's probably about the best analogy I can give to areas that so you're going to hear somebody like you would hear somebody at the Gulf talk about how shitty this is, man. This is, look at the brown water. Or what is this? This is the oil spots on my damn shorts. What is this, man? Look at this. Ooh, that smells fishy. What is that? Ooh, that's a legitimate thing. And you could watch thousands of people making videos and you'd think, holy crap. And if you lived like in the interior of America and never saw the ocean, you'd think, holy crap, that's some nasty looking stuff. That's dirty. Look, it's brown. What happened to the blue water? And then all of a sudden you can click on a channel and you see somebody floating out in Hawaii, like when Steve does his, and you're kind of going, wow, that shit's like a pretty blue. And it's like, oh, wait, are you telling me that not everywhere in the ocean is the same? Yeah, pretty much like America, not everywhere is the same. So I don't know. Today, it's a good analogy to me now that I think about it. Morning, Michelle. From Nashville, Tennessee. Weird this year, not very many lightning thunderstorms, was odd. You know, it was weird because some of the thunder here, I will say, man, it had me kind of perking the eyebrow, and I was kind of like, ooh, really? Because, you know, the minute I heard a change, you're waiting for the train type thing, you know. But I just, man, I really do. It just, you kind of go through and you skim through things, these thumbnails, and then I realized, hey, morning, Eric. What's up, buddy? You just, and I was like, man, dude, I mean, to be honest, and actually I already got, hell, it was funny. That little clip I did with, you know, just the little short, I think it was the Southeast Texas one. And I made the copy I made, the little comment I made. What did I say? Something about the people on EBT or something. Anyway, I caught some shit flack over that. Hawaii was an active court against U.S. government for no mining of coastal when it burned. Yeah. I've been in your chat room before, Rescue. It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, it's been a minute. But I'm glad you're back. Welcome. It's probably taken a little bit of a change for the better, to my opinion. That's the way I feel. But no, because it is. This is, you know, it's no telling, man. It's these times, and yeah, it's like I know that there's people that mean well, but there's also things politically happening. It's just like, I don't know, man. That New York City shit, dude, is some crazy stuff. That dude and that Kathy chick, the governor, come out talking about free child care and shit for people, and it's like, once again, there is no free. You know what's free? Air and opportunity. There's your freedom choices. That's free. Anything else pretty much comes with a cost. There's a cost somewhere. There's a give and take in just about everything. Air and opportunity is about the only thing that's free. So, free child care, and you get these thousands of people are cheering, yeah. And it's like, hello, do you understand what free means? Free means somebody else has to foot the bill. It's like buy one, get one free. There is no such thing. That just means they have to charge twice as much for the free one to pay for the other one. That's and you just, man, people throw that free, and you hear these people that are just chiming in and whining about, what they're owed. And it's like, what work have you put in to be owed anything? Dude, the only thing I ever wanted was the shit I put in. You took it out while I worked all these years. Shit got screwed up. I just want my shit. Don't want no free shit. It's just, I don't know. Like I say, it's crazy times. Crazy times. Cray cray. Oh yeah, Michelle. Because I mean, can you imagine? And see, here's the scary part. Now, hey, I don't know shit about all this financial stock market wizardry stuff. Hell, where's Rabid? He's the one that knows all that kind of shit. But dude, you're talking New York City. This is where the stock exchange is. So if you bring that, because see, there's that free shit. So, oh well, it's okay. It's what? No. Because like Michelle pointed out, stores and businesses are going to leave. So as those places leave, then that city loses the tax income and shit that they're getting from those businesses. The workers that participated in those businesses are going to be leaving, or they become part of the other group that wants handouts. And so they're not putting in no more. And all of a sudden, and then you got, it's man. And so what does that do? And what does that do to the state of New York? It's like, if this is your primary city right here, and this is kind of a big hub for America as a whole. So what happens when that collapses? When that does teeter-totter over, and you get this radical ass dude here with a radical ass governor that just takes anything they have in their coffers and dumps it over to free shit, and people that are paying go, hey man, to hell with that shit, I'm out of here. And then so now you end up with a dumping area, and they're all gonna want handouts, and there aren't gonna be any. Hey, morning, Blackbird. Too early to upset folks. Wait, what did I miss? To upset folks like that. I don't know. Hell, half these people, y'all been. What do you mean, Huckleberry? You've been up all night. What do you mean too early? You ain't even been to sleep. Stole her election. That's why Trump gave them. Yep. Hey, morning, Teresa. Thank you, JD. Hey, you know what? If y'all feel like it, you hit the thumbs up. If you don't, it's okay. Okay. Hey, morning, King. I just, it was a good weekend though. I mean, besides kind of tripping on the storm, which I didn't really trip too much. Things have taken turns. It doesn't look I'm going to get the lift. Apparently there's just mechanical issues, and going off of what I'm told per se, it's the parts. They're waiting on parts that they just haven't gotten. I personally, if that's true, somebody's being irresponsible, either on their side ordering them, on the others, the manufacturer for sending them. But Rescue, what do you guys have to do down there to get ready for winter? Mainly, you just insulate your pipes insulation. As far as household stuff, you just don't want your pipes to freeze up. Most people that, and it sounds normal for other people, but down here, we don't always hit below freezing, and if we do, it doesn't always stay. So there's a lot of people that don't worry about it till that critical moment. They're like, wait, it's fixing to be freezing for a week. Oh no. And then plumbers and handyman make a shitload of money because then everybody gets their pipes wrapped. I have heaters that were suggested to me by northerners a few years ago that I put on mine. Actually did that on a stream, I think. No, did I stream with that? I can't remember if I streamed when we put those on or not. But pretty much you just do that. It doesn't freeze a lot, just every now and then, and so we don't do a whole hell of a lot. And by the way, everybody, be sure and live chat and not chat. Top chat is for YouTube followers because you're going to get the feed that they want you to see. If you go to live chat, then you actually participate in the whole conversation. So don't be a follower of YouTube. Don't cower to the algorithm. Whatever motivating talk works. But live chat, people, live chat. Let me get caught up now. So yeah, that's what we do, JD. Sorry, my bad. We're just pretty much wrapping pipes. And then, of course, you tend to your plants that you got outside. We put sheets over a lot. Like I'll put sheets over the rose bush if it's going to dip below freezing at night, so that way the dew in the morning doesn't freeze them. And then after the morning, take the sheet off, and then they stay out in the sunshine. Excuse me. The big idiot is claiming Trump revenge, but she's still in technology. Harvey. Yep. The people in question won't have their minds changed, so why bother take care of your own and weather whatever comes your way. And by the way, morning, Grumpy. My bad. I read it and then was like, wait, I don't even think I said morning. We had our little buddy this past weekend. Heck yeah, Dusty. Man, see, if I throw this thought in my head right now, I got to tell you, if somehow we're still streaming in another 6 years, I don't know how much I'd be streaming. I don't even know how much I'll be streaming when homeboy gets to be about 5, as far as the times when he's around. Because I can tell you, man, every visit gets just cooler because he just is learning more and it's so awesome to see. I totally dig little man time. And my granddaughter should be coming up, I guess, sometime next month, because her mama said something about being up here for Thanksgiving, hopefully. So, but man, watching little man is so cool. Get the benefit of not having the primary responsibility, so you can observe and absorb a lot more, and you can actually, or at least for me anyway, everybody's lives are different. But I don't have to be the primary like what it was with mine. And so the perspective, get to observe, get to participate, get to take in all the good goods. I don't know. And then nowadays you kind of get to watch. And like I've brought it up numerous times, with this particular house, I can literally sit in a spot and watch my son sit in the general area with my grandson in the general area. And I can literally picture, well, I used to sit right there while you were right there. And it's a weird visual, and it really puts things in perspective. It's kind of like third party future perspective almost, because it's like there's a spot in there. There's a picture. I think I might have even shown it. I've got my ball cap, the fire department ball cap, I think, on, and I got my fire department shirt on. I'm sitting with my son, and then there's a picture with my son kind of sitting in the same spot with the same thing. And it's just, you look at those and you just kind of are like, wow, it just has such an impactful meaning. So, anyway, there's my dip down the little mushy side. Did I miss anybody coming in? I'm sorry if I did. I do apologize. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it works for you. You know how we roll. Drove the tractor with Grandpa, firewood, past football. Shoot, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Found out last night I'm going to be a great grandma. Hey, I'll catch you later. I got to head to work. Right on, JD. Have a good day at work. Make it a good day. Keep your head on a swivel. Try to help somebody smile. Kiss off, I'm a great grandmother times 3. Well, you just need to calm down, kiss off. First off, it's out of your control. You might like to think you get to run everything, but you don't get to run anything but your own. And so somebody decided to have fun, and that's how shit happens. It ain't from the toilet seat. Morning cover by CQ. Hope you and the fam are doing good over there. Prayers for you. It would be nice if Daddy would graduate and have a job. Yeah, well, sad, 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 sad. My son is dirty 30. Not the dirty 30. Well, I'll tell him happy birthday, Michelle. It was the oldest is 37th birthday. Well, yeah, but I see here, but I, an adult decided to do something. There's potential consequences from those choices. That happens to be one of the consequences from that brief momentary of fun. And then this is what determines the characteristics of somebody is accepting responsibility of that burst of pleasure now that the responsibilities are out there. Cover says, didn't have a good week last week. Took my dog to the vets and they overdosed him and killed him. So I'm going to tell you, oh my god dang. And the bank got hacked. Holy crap, Cover. Well, yeah, we're on the internet. So I'll leave that up with the vet. We're on the internet. But so I'll give me a moment because I'm going to just scream a bunch in my head real quick. Because that's how I feel about that. Ooh, son. The bank thing, that sucks because, yeah. But the other, that's like, I don't know. From my perspective, that's no different than one of my kids per se. I mean, ooh wee. Yeah, I just, ooh man. I guess it has been using AI to change YouTubers how they are viewed, causing vertigo and viewing issues. Well, I think a lot of this, it's yeah, there's something, and I don't know. I'm gonna say so much that it's intentional, other because I notice difference. Like if I look at X, but I have it in the dark mode, and then like this is in the daytime mode, so it's brighter. But hey, morning, child's play. Yeah, Kiss Off was telling me about the grandpa stuff. The trouble is they admit they gay. See, I just man, everybody said rescue your short from the other day has flashing of your video. Oh, the Southeast Texas one or the griddle one? Was it the griddle one? The food? I might know the cause of that if it was the food. Did you know that there is zero Islamic terrorism or violence in Tokyo? I wonder how to do that. Well, yeah, they don't allow it. They kept their culture. See, that's our biggest problem. We created our culture when the foundation of this country, but we've now got to a level to where we have people wanting to change our culture, and we just go along with it. Where the other countries have long uh, histories, and so their culture is their culture. So even when those people neighbors don't get along, they agree on their culture, at least on their country level. We threw that out the window. So the griddle one, okay. So see, the griddle one might be the LED lights. Then I might test that out and try that, like maybe tonight or something. I don't know. Because so when I did the griddle thing, so the griddle was located down here, and I was filming, but right up above me were the little 12-volt little LED light. They're plastic light bulbs, but you plug them in USB, and they run off 5-volt stuff. But uh, it might have been that. I might do a little test theory to see if it's the way that picked that up. Did you know UK Muslims in grocery stores working are complaining about handing work? No. Oh yeah. Well, did you know that we have whole cities here in the United States of America that have just handed themselves over to foreign cultures, and even have police departments with Arabic writing on them and street signs? And somehow, where that is, how is it that all the people that interacted with that environment have allowed that to happen? And how many of those hundreds of thousands of people that have saw that go down right there within a couple hour range of them spent time Orange Man bad or Biden this? Well, that right there, if that doesn't show you that locality matters, paying attention to what's right outside your front door, how do you end up with the damn police department that literally has Arabic writing on their sleeves, has street signs in Arabic saying turn right? Watching videos, car lights blinking. Oh yeah, well, what'll cause that is it's the refresh rate, Kane. That's the blink is the refresh rate. So, and nowadays we have monitors that'll do 240 hertz refresh rates, where we used to be down to 60. So there's sometimes things might be more obvious and might not be so. And it could be just the monitor and viewing or recording. The camera's going to be the same way. Moving to Alaska. If you can be a hayseed, that is. I don't know. You just look at where, man, we started out with such a drive, innovation, imagination, backbone, strength, want to develop, always looked for improvement, went out and had fun, looked for happiness, enjoyed life, and somehow, as this digital age got laid out, now you have it's. I don't know, man. It sounds so wild because I don't think it's as big as it seems. But I will say, if you look on the internet, you would get the picture that life sucks. But if you go out and then again, it depends on your area. I know I could take a road trip and just kind of go around and I'll just videotape some shit one day just to show you it's like nobody's tripping. I'm not saying there ain't cause when it comes to bigger stuff, but it's just, I don't know. I do think we used to just have goals. We used to want to have fun. Now, if you click on something, I guarantee you, you can go to any of them, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, all this shit, X, Facebook, and the majority of what you see is some kind of negative bullshit or all is lost bullshit. And it's like, how about, it's like you used to cut yourself and fall out of trees and crash your bike, but nobody ever told you that, oh my God, if you're going out, there's that route. You better watch it. You might trip and fall and nobody gave a shit. Why? Because you were having fun and shit happens and, chicks dig scars. It was that kind of mentality. And I don't know, man, you go back and watch some of the older stuff and you look back, I know for me, older photos and you kind of reminisce back in those days and just the drive. Stocking up on mixed drinks. Lord have mercy. I mean, because, and then you wonder, it's like, so if life isn't enjoyable, why doesn't, I mean, you hear people that don't seem to want to improve it. There's, and you would because then still see some people that are just totally, they push forward and they're making the best of it. And, they enjoy the every day that's been given to them by the creator. I mean, because you're not going to change it. You're not changing the big shit. I mean, you can participate. That's your vote, your voice. But then it's you and your world and staying true to you and your family and your friends and just be to yourself, Rat's Cat Pack, we used to jump off the garage roof after getting the Frisbee, built tree forts, 30 foot off the ground with a bunch of sticks knowing we could follow it. Yeah. No pictures with black eyes and skinned up knees. You don't see it no more. And seeing it's like, watch the old footage of stuff, the commercials and different stuff. And notice that's funny because you don't see unhappy, overweight, unhealthy people. You would see people like they were pepping their step. They were healthier. And it's kind of like, man, what the hell? And then people want to blame some entity for that. Well, the entity didn't make you consume the mass amounts of food. Now, they changed our food in source. But see, that's the cop out. It's kind of like the abortion thing. Well, okay, if you're not, if you want to, don't do that, then you can just easily take the next step in the argument and keep the legs closed. or homeboy tucked in, and then that doesn't happen. So there's a solution to that problem, but nobody ever wants to talk about that solution. And it's the same with life. Participate, do something. You're going to get out of life what you put in it. So if what you do is put in a bunch of bitching and whining, you get bitching and whining back. If you put in some hard work and sweat, there's a reward to it. Now, the world wants to tell you the reward is some monetary thing. It's the value of something. But the value should be in your accomplishments. And if you're a man, are you providing and doing what you can as a man for your family? If you're a woman, are you being you're a woman is a home builder because that's your nurturing side. So it's like, it's not a monetary thing. Oh, I do the right thing. What, for $5,000? It's that there's no monetary value to doing good and participating. You work hard. You're not always going to get, it's like my dad used to say, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. It's just, that's because that's life. I don't know, man. Everything's broken down into all these little definitions and the twisting of words and meanings, and that's why I don't know. I gotta say, I watched some interview earlier, and I even thought to myself after that 5-minute little thing, I thought, holy shit, I think I feel stupider now than I did before I even clicked on that, just because of what you hear and the way you hear it. And it's like, are you shitting? It's a wow. Parents are afraid to let their kids get hurt because some parent will yell child abuse. Oh yeah. Back then, scouts had to walk miles door to door to sell a few candy bars instead of standing in front of Walmart. Right? Well, you put in work. You went out and did things. But see, that's what you were encouraged, because that's what the generation before you had done. And so that was still a thing. We now have a generation that has been free-ranged parenting, and they are now have kids. And so now... And then you have some of the generation before. Once this generation starts redefining words and the meanings to things and stuff, you have older people that'll just jump right in because, okay, I've always wondered, yeah. And then you've got like these other, I don't know, man, the great grandmas and shit that somehow decided that they want to go join some young culture. And it's like, why don't you be representation of what you are, the matriarch of a family, instead of being damn shaved head and damn shorts out here doing some little weird dance. I don't know if y'all saw that one during their No Kings thing. And it's like all these seniors are lined up. It's like all these great grandmas and grandpas. And it's like, really? This is the idea of a matriarch? Like this is where you're at. Hell, the word protest. Oh, so protest means we just go out here and scream a bunch of cuss words and we engage back and forth. We don't actually have a true point. We just gonna gripe about stuff. Hey, morning, Romy. I don't know. And you listen to some of these people and you kind of go, oh, I could see, yeah. Because you start to understand that it don't matter. I mean, this is the internet. So no matter what your opinion is, if you'll create a channel and you'll get up there and say it, there's going to be somebody that's probably going to agree. There's 8 billion people. Somebody's probably going to agree with you. And so it just validates it. So, I don't know. That's why I try to just focus on good stuff. I do believe that positive mentality, positive input, thinking in a positive manner, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can succeed at this. That plays a part on your physical health, not just your mental health. I believe that. It's just my opinion. And I think that might be why people that sit and absorb countless hours of negative stuff, maybe they wake up achy and not feeling so good, and because I do believe that that stuff gets in there, and it's like a cancer, and it's a negative energy cancer. And so if you have despair and doubt and confusion, you're going to get depression. You're going to get anxiety. You're going to get stress. These are all the same ball of crap. It's you get the more you change that, because I do believe that we were built. We can a lot of your body can heal a lot of its stuff, through the grace of God. And I believe that positive. I think you're going to have anger moments. I do too. Hell, I have to catch myself. Sometimes I just sit here and I'm becoming more aware of it, because mainly it helps talking with y'all, because as I talk to y'all, I can now help hold myself accountable to some stuff. But it does, because there's been times when it's like you just sit here and you kind of get absorbed in some shit, and so you're just like, man, yeah, and watch the Portland shit or something, or you watch these crazy ass interviews that go down with this. I don't know, man. Some of the rhetoric, just. What's up, Pilgrim? What's up, man? And so if you think about it, it's like, for me, every time I'm thinking negative and I get wound up, well, see, I can feel it. I just feel this negative vibe going through me, and I get wound up. I'll sit here and I'll pop my knuckles. I'll do my fist. I want to do fidgeting, because I start getting fidgety as I'm getting, and it's like, wow, man. And I've really kind of been able to reflect, and I just put that in perspective. And it just, for me, I feel it now, because I've kind of been through some dramatic change this year, and I can feel it. It's like when I go out, when I laugh and joke, say I laugh, I joke, cut up with y'all, so I'm cool. Go out, the missus goes to work, it's still all good. So you laugh and you joke, you go out and you're messing around. The day I don't hurt as bad throughout that day than if it starts out and something goes wrong with this. Me and the missus butt heads, something goes wrong out with the chicken thing, and you let the negative get in there, then that's it affects. And I know I feel like shit all day, and then by the end of that day, I feel like I must have done something, because now I feel sore. So I think the negativeness around you affects your health just as much as your mental health. Hey, morning, LMD. And there's the missus.
Good morning. I gotta go.
Okie doke. Let me get y'all some tunages. Let's see. No, I don't want to hit y'all with those again. Man, I don't really know. Hold on, I have to mute myself. I just got to find y'all a couple. It takes me just a minute. She'll just do it herself, but damn it. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I think I know how these might be, so it might be country or something, but let me see her to the door and get her off on her day, and I will be right back with y'all. So enjoy a little tunages.
Well, I was raised up by a simple man. I grew up with a gun in my hand. Taught me how to love and how to fight. Taught me what's wrong, taught me what's right. Said you don't have a choice to choose. You do what you can and don't ever lose. Just remember, even when I'm dead and gone, stick to your guns, son. Make me proud, don't never back up, don't never back down. Stand your ground and always tell it like it is. Yeah, this life's gonna be real damn tough. You take them scars and you call that bluff. Don't let me catch you fitting in, 'cause everyone's an outlaw until it's time to do outlaw shit. Well, the times are changing, but not for me. I got my own home now and a family. 2 callous hands and some old work boots. Busted my ass, paying my dues. Tell my kids every night, try to see the world through your neighbor's eyes and make a difference if you can. Stick to your guns, son. Make me proud. Don't never back up, don't never back down. Stand your ground and always tell it like it is. Yeah, this life's gonna be real damn tough. You take them scars and you call that bluff. Don't let me catch you fitting in, 'cause everyone's an outlaw until it's time to do outlaw shit. To your guns, son. Make me proud. Don't never back up, don't never back down. Stand your ground and always tell it like it is. Yeah, this life's gonna be real damn tough. You take them scars and you call that bluff. Don't let me catch you fitting in, 'cause everyone's an outlaw. Yeah, everyone's an outlaw till it's time to do outlaw shit. I was raised up by a simple man. I grew up with a gun in my hand.
Boy, I sure do love this country we live in. And I was raised by and stood beside those who fought to keep it free. Now it's on us to pass on that freedom. I just want to take this time to show my appreciation the best way that I can. It goes like this. On a hot summer's day at a small town parade, you can smell it in the air like some fresh cut hay. Tennessee ribs with the special sauce, funnel cakes and burgers with the dogs and brats. A float passed by with the stars and stripes, with a uniformed officer shined up bright, saluting our flag with his head held high. You could see it in his eyes, that American pride. The band marched on in a forward stance, while the flag team followed in a classic dance. Balloons were released, red, white, and blue, in remembrance of the soldiers that the families knew. We support each other in the life that we live, and we help one another when we got it to give. From the moms and pops to our friends and kids, one nation under God, and that's just what it is.
We're American made, like a 4th of July day, like a veterans parade, a flag flying over a grave. We're the land of the free, like the air that we breathe, from sea to shining sea, being all we can be. We're American made.
I remember this one time, the storm came through and hit Middle Tennessee, tore up a lot of things, hurt a lot of people. But you should have seen how they came together to help fix that community. Channel 2 News Live from the scene, the aftermath of an F4 twister debris. Houses destroyed everywhere you could see. Trees torn to twigs and power lines in the street. Families without shelter, water and heat. No clothes for their kids, no food to eat. People from all around came together to help rebuild lives like it happened to themselves. Volunteers work non-stop day to night with hopes of new beginnings and a brand new life. And with great success, the American way came through once again for a better day. No discrimination, no turning our backs on the people who need us living under our flag. Like a man once said, and I know that it's true, you got to do unto others as you would have them do you. Cause we're
American made, like a 4th of July day, like a veterans parade, a flag flying over a grave, with the land of the free, like the air that we breathe, from sea to shining sea, being all we can be, we're American made.
Now I've seen my fair share of death in this life, but the most honorable display of what this country stands for I've seen in the loss of a great American leader, a fallen hero, a leader of the best. Remembered for his work the day he was laid to rest. People came from far away to pay their respects, and one by one saluted as he passed. Family and friends all spoke their piece as he lay before the nation for the whole world to see. Kind words spoken on a man's life dream, who cared for his country the best it could be. Lifted by his soldiers to a final resting place, just a few steps away from his brother's grave. This is just a glimpse at a lifelong parade, led by a family who's American made. See, we seem to forget until it's too late to recognize the liberty in the lives of the great, who lead this great nation to a better place, where we're proud to be the American made.
We're American made, like a 4th of July day, like a veterans parade, a flag flying over a grave, with the land of the free, like the air that we breathe, from sea to shining sea, being all we can be, we're American made.
I see it's not about what you wear or what you drive or how much money you got. It's about being a symbol of this great nation and standing up for what's right every day of our lives, and raising our children to do the same, to help preserve the freedom that makes us Americans. Now that's American made.
American made. All righty, I'm back. She said, thank y'all for the mornings, the good morning stuff. I just, when she leaves this early, well, I actually every morning, but she always goes, oh, I got it. But I just told her, no, when she leaves this early, I like to, because there are dogs that sometimes roam together, and I don't know. Just one of them things. You know, I was blessed from God to kind of help get me up, so that doesn't mean I need to sit around. So that's part of I feel like my duties. It's my responsibilities. It's I don't know. It's weird to even bring it up, because like I thought this shit was like natural. This was just man stuff. You're like a grown man. Why are you not acting like a grown man? I get the little criminal thug kind of thing, but it's like, be a man. It's like people that have kids. Be a man. Does this not bother you when you do, like, you should defend any child? You shouldn't make a shit. If you're like a real man, you would defend any child. It's not just yours. You should be like, have some kind of like, I don't know. I thought there was always internal shit, damn it, that men were supposed to be protectors and defenders and providers, and somehow, I don't know, man. So anyway, damn it. That's still my sensitive area because I still think of little man and I think, man, you know what, dude, you're telling you right now. Ooh, son, my granddaughters, nope. And so it's like, why does it this? That's I think it was just yesterday. I went on. I just just so y'all know, I don't do these little tirades just for y'all. I do these tirades around her. She could tell you. I wish I had caught her. But it's like you watch this shit go down, and then it's kind of like, wait a minute. There's like 350 million people in this country. So if you just say, okay, there's a quarter of them are men. So a quarter of that. So that means we should at least have 100 million men. And it's like, so how do we get to the part to where we just allow mutilation of children, exploitation of the children? It just becomes a topic. Like, and yet how many of these men are fathers? So like, if you're really a father, and how can you not be? I've told her, going, I'm totally blown away sometimes. My brain just short circuits trying to connect this. I see shit, and she's seen me. I've sat there and looked at that, and she'll go, what? And I'll go, I can't do it. My brain, I'm trying to process that right there. How do you as a father allow that, or say that, or just whatever the behavior is? And now I look around, and it's kind of like you watch these damn people talk about, kid this, the child this, traffic that, immigrant, and it's like, I don't know. But then again, it's a batshit crazy world. What's up, Corn Pop 2.0, sir? How are you feeling these days? Hell, that was one of the gentlemen that helped inspire me in the beginning days. That dude's been through the ringer, and he said, it ain't holding me back. I'm joking. Don't get all girly-fied. What are you girly-fied? Oh, whatever. The knights in shining armor turn to love the shiny instead of paying attention to the sword and shield. Yep. Everywhere I go, I hear the men always hold the door for women, even the young ones. If they don't, they are weekenders from the city. See, there's the culture thing, Blackbird. In my opinion, they took the mother and convinced her she had a right to leave her family to be raised by schools, convinced women they don't need a man. Yeah. Well, it's breaking up the whole nuclear family, because that's really now. Well, okay, I'm going to go spiritual belief, and I'm a Christian belief. I believe in Jesus Christ, and the Creator. If that triggers you, then there you go. You should have had your safety on. See, improper gun handling. So anyway, that's when or for me, when I think of the Creator and the creation, it's like that was it. That was like, here, here's you. Hey, don't want you to be lonely. Would like to see more of you. So here's you. And now you guys just, populate, be happy, enjoy the world. And that was the intent. So that it was designed. And, all I know is naturally things work together. And so that was actually supposed to be the thing. And it's like, I'm not like all this. Oh, wait, what is it? So if I'm a guy, I don't know. It's been so long since I heard them, but so I'm either going to be a misogynist. Is it a massage? I don't know. I think I'm going to be something when I say this. I'm just not quite sure what the hell that is anymore. It's 2025. Y'all have done screwed the word game up. I don't even remember anymore. But it's like there's nothing wrong with a woman she is the caregiver. That's when you look at all the things that were placed with a woman. It's furnishing milk, it's the delivery, processing. You're the carrier of the developing human. It's so you are the home body. And so here's a guy whose muscle structure and bone structure is completely more dense and stronger, and usually the size and stature is larger. Well, why? That's because that's your protector, your defender, your provider. So it's no different than like a house. You want a good foundation, and that's but then you need solid walls to withstand. Well, that's that. So everything kind of, I don't know, man, and that's it. It makes so much sense to me. It's hard for me to explain it in a way. It just it's because there's I mean, there's definitely factual data that just kind of staircases everything, and I get that, but I'm not that. It just makes sense to me. It's kind of like the a spherical size Earth. It's yeah, there's a bunch of science and all the different data. But I just don't know. It works. Well, that's this, man. And so I believe it. That's the nuclear, and that's the whole intent. I mean, there's a lot of political shit that's going down because we have these human cultures, these man-created cultures of the politics and our governments and the governance of stuff. But I'm being on this because the spiritual is actually what drives me. What happens here is just momentarily. I worry about my eternal soul, per se, as the saying might go. Because the end is. Plus, I'm a subservient follower of Jesus, and so I have no problem being subservient to him. And some people might think that's weak, and that's all it's you, baby. What's up, Cherokee? Y'all get your own book, Donald Trump Bible, on sale. I wouldn't even support some little narrate like that myself. That sounds like the good old leftist book on whine about Orange Man bad because Donald Trump Bible. Just look at the trash on the belief system, how they would name that as a Donald Trump Bible. But then again, there's a lot of attack on Christianity right now. What's up, Zombie Force? Morning. How'd you do during through the storm? And I meant to ask you, Huck, how you kind of went through the storm, but I think it's just seeing this is our natural thing, and so that's spiritually, that's the natural attack from the negative side is going to be on the nuclear family, on the faith. Oh, that's a cool little blink. I watched the whole little YouTube chat just blink. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Blue. You didn't hear me earlier. You must have dipped out earlier. I said morning to you earlier, but what is this? Some kind of weird N you got? What is that? Is that an N with I don't know, whatever the little dotty dots. It's all going smoothly. Cool. Wasn't sure. By the way, KP Heathen, I noticed he got inside his dad's shop. Dude, that car was so badass. The Falcon. That's probably one of those moments in my past that I'm like, that was a pretty dumbass decision. But then again, I look and I think about kind of fast forward if I had have done this, where it would have changed the dynamics of everything. But I had a 67. No, damn, I had to ask the missus. 64, 66, 67. The body style was pretty much just like that one. And matter of fact, one day I might actually go over there because he's around the loop. The dude, we were up in Tennessee, And I had the car out here, and of course, I've now moved, and it's like, oh, look at this, I'm doing this. I got my kids, and I know everything, and what was I for? Was I in my late 30s, early 40s, somewhere? I don't know. I knew everything. I'm raising my kids. I'm like, and man, we went to Tennessee, and here I am. I'm up there. We're doing this shop, and she calls me and is like, "Hey, the guy so and so around the curve here, he was interested in the Falcon." And at first I go, "Nah." Well, then she called back and she goes, "Hey, well then, okay, well what do you want me to do with it? Because if I want to do something here and I need to move, what do I need to do with it? Where do you?" He's interested. And so I went ahead and just in the blink of an eye, and I'm like, sure, go ahead. So he bought it. Well, he ended up fixing it up in a pretty badass yellow. It was pretty decked out. Looked awesome. But I also now look back going, yeah, see, and if I had kept that, I'd have put so much money into that. So then that would have deviated the course, because now I would have had money going into, the hot rod hobby instead of basically where I went. What's up, Devil Dog? Yeah, Cherokee, it's kind of weird, but I think we were all that age at one point. Right around 32 years on the earth. That's about when you kind of hit that mark. Man, I look back at some of the pictures and think back to those times, and I'm like, man, think I knew everything. It's like, look at where that, you know, hell, I remember the damn 2000 thing. It's like, oh my God, the end of the world, because of the whole computer, and it's not going to know how to tell time, and oh my God, what are we going to do? And so you just reflect back on how many of those little moments, big, small, whatever. And it just kind of, I don't know, it really opened me up to just how much you don't you have no control of what's next other than what you do. Oh, doing good, Devil Dog. He kind of got thumped on the other day. He did a charge at the pen with Little Man, so I decided to go in the gate, and I kind of thumped him on his side a little bit, and now he seems to kind of been like, oh, okay. And it's kind of like, yeah, I have that conversation with any animal. It's like, nope, this is how this works. So this is my grandson, and this is totally off limits. Anything towards him gets immediately dealt with. We've had Isla acted kind of goofy, and we kind of had to have that conversation, and I usually just am holding her by the side of her face, and I'm looking at her, and then I looked at him, and I'd go, that's my baby. And then it seemed to be good. Well, hopefully that conversation worked with him. Now that we got some rain, that's what's on the plan for today is I'm going to go out now that we've got some moisture, a little moist on the ground, since y'all like get triggered by that word. I don't know why that word got so triggered. I thought like that was the thing, like Duncan Hines, moist cake. Yeah, I want moist brownies. And now all of a sudden you do it and it's like moist. It's almost like the fart joke back when we were kids. Like, oh, you said fart. And it's like, wait, what? And it's like, but now that the ground is softened up, I'm going to be able to take some post hole diggers and, because I'm going to go ahead and anchor some posts in the ground, and I'm going to build them a bit better coop. I'm going to try to get that done before too much. That's the thing I'm going to go on and work on. Is there soup in the future for Alamo? It ain't looking like it. I mean, so far it's all good. I know I need to get him some more hens, man, because homeboy's he's an active young man, I gotta say. Hey, Neville, morning. Morning. Turned out pretty good. The tree is still there. We lost some limbs in the one in the back, but that's the other limbs had already fallen. So that's not but everything else seemed to be okay. So, grace of God. He won't give me more than I can deal with. I just have to remember that and not give in to the weak side of things. I got married, tired, hearing people bitching me working 20-hour days. They say I am maybe next Monday, no rain. Oh, get your greenhouse up. Well, thank you. Hey, prayers are good. The sun is trying to come up. I'm tired of the rain. Shoot, yeah. Yeah, he hired me as the rooster. Well, then if he hired you as the attorney kiss off, then boy, he got worse than a court appointed one. Pelosi said moist and almost spit out her dentures back into. Oh, is that wherever the joke of the word moist comes from? I got to say, that's kind of surprising because I actually, giving the crowd at the time, I kind of figured it was a more sexual connotation, but hey, man, got some cool. I don't know, got good stuff. Good stuff, hopefully in the works. I'm just gonna leave it with that. I'm just too stoked, but hopefully to have some good stuff in the works. Then I just got to figure out the delivery. Cause see, the digital thing's just not my. It's not my thing. Like, believe it or not, this isn't really my thing. I wish there was a way to do this while I was doing stuff. You know, because that's the thing. We're waiting on power company to set pole for power to our newborn. The goats and horse hate the rain, but it's a waiting game. Roger that. That is cool though. Newborn. Whoop whoop. Hell yeah. You're welcome, Neville. Us men can change anything. You can even throw the woe in before that too. I think it's that is a diversity thing. That is a DEI thing. I think nowadays. I used to think it would have just been one sided, but nowadays. Morning, Neville. Kiss off. Yes. Going for coffee. Little Java. You haven't been pissy for months. I don't want to be pissy. You know, I mean, I do. I get mad, so it's not like it's like, oh, I don't get pissed. Oh no, I do. I mean, I just one. It's kind of weird. I don't share it because I don't try to dabble in it. See, that's another thing, man. It's like remembering stuff. I'm trying to learn how to forget stuff in a way. It's not even a forgive because hell, I didn't. But it's almost like refiling stuff to where the non-important issues, you know, just like there's no reason to remember. You know, it serves no purpose. It is what it is. There's that, and you know, you just I don't know. Be right back. Logs on the fire and a cup of coffee. Damn, that just even sounds cool, Blackbird. I'm hoping to lift the burn ban since we just got rain. So I think they meet up tomorrow. Hopefully they'll lift the burn ban. Hopefully they're going to scout around today, make sure everything got a good drenching. Because, man, that does sound cool. Look at that, a fire and a cup of coffee. See, I'm down with that. That'd be cool. I do have me a cool little Coleman. I don't know if y'all remember those. I'm sure y'all do, but anyway, I said it because I never know who else is going to listen to it. So there you go. Comment below, I think is how Crowder does it. Comment below. But it's the old Coleman that has the um, like a ceramic painted lid, green lid with the handle, and then it's got the base bowl. It's got the grill that sits in it, and the legs slide in to slots in the bottom, and it's got a foldable cage that goes around. That's about, I don't know, 8 inches, about 8 inches tall, maybe 10 inches tall, and you can collapse it all and put the base and top together and put the legs inside with the thing. Anyway, I got to clean that whole uh, the grating part around it because it's all rusted up. But I'm gonna clean that up, and I want to try to start good. I'm fixing to have a whole lot of firewood, so I figured out, you know what? I can work with this. I'm gonna do me a fire rack, and I don't have no indoor stove, and I don't think I really want to barbecue with probably half that wood because I have a feeling where it got popped with lightning, and that part's you just I don't barbecue with it because I don't want that on my food, and I'm a smoker. But I could see using that for little fires, cutting up like little logs, and I could put them in there. I do want to come up with some evening or nighttime stuff. Uh, Trying to come up with a format, and I'm probably going to kick some ideas around so anybody that listens or follows along, um, look for the little short about it. And I'm going to lay out and just ask for some opinions. The missus has made it. Hold on. It's the check in. Gnostic Nomad. Morning, morning. How's the weather up there where you are at? Wrapping full of the food. Do that with corn and different stuff. Wait, we got this. Sunday rescue at Food Line store saw female attack and back like 3 jabs, right hook, boss swing. His food hit ground, he hit the ground, same age. So the female 3 jabbed him and stuff and laid him out. Is that what you're saying? Someone did a tic-tac video. Change the white picture. You're going to need this. What? She drive off. Oh, well, I guess he picked on the wrong one. Dude, there's this cool little chick up in Portland. I caught some footage of Portland, and she's called, oh, damn, what was it? Right Side Rebel. Dude, she's a little cutie. I told my son, going, see, there you go. I think she was an Army vet. And, but, dude, she goes to town on this little Antifa thing. That Antifa, I think it's a chick, or it might be one of the dudes acting like a chick. Who knows? Is it in some of the Antifa, the trans Tifa stuff? But, thing slaps that lady's phone, and buddy, she just comes across and starts going to town. And it was like, oh yeah, Right Side Rebel. It was a chick. So see, is that really a chick? Because I will say they apparently make fun of that tall, skinny dude Chandler, and that's apparently its girlfriend or his girlfriend, and I don't know, Pan Tifa. Dude, if you want to see just how batshit crazy the youth is you can just watch video clips and listen to the shit and just remember that you're looking at a city intersection. This is the metropolitan mentality. And you just, I don't know. I know for me and where I'm at, I look at that and I go, yeah, I just see, I can't connect it. And I feel for people that are in areas that can connect to that stuff. Like I totally don't understand how any of them people live in that damn building right there. Because they talk about this been going on for over 100 days. Man, that's been going on for years. What, almost a decade now? That's some. See, I'm Mino Save when it comes to that particular kind of life, and I mean, I'll sit there and speak against it now. I just don't worry about it, but I can tell you now that starts firing off. And that was some crazy shit. But that little right side rebel chick, dude, that little old vet, it's like, yeah, I ain't taking your shit. She looks like some little blonde chick, but she went to opening a can of whoop ass. Hey, it's an acquired flavor, man. You know, I'm a redneck in the woods. So I ain't for everybody, and I ain't trying to be. I think, man, it's just it's crazy, just the mentality. Well, the county van is late again. LMD, I blame the gaming industry. Oh, there you go, D Dog. Right side rebel. And blue, it's just, in all honesty, not really something specific, just behavior, mentality, thinking process. You know, the way that we've decided to start processing information, the way there's this herd mentality over catchphrases and stuff. And that's what I find kind of ironic about the interwebs. As you listen to a lot of stuff, you can see a lot of the fake facade, but you also just hear this real naive. I don't know. It's a weird way of, because it's like you listen to this stuff and you can listen to somebody that's trying to connect, and it's like, I don't know. It just the way the thinking is. And so I brought up Portland. It was a funny one. I just happened to see the video of that right side rebel chick commenced to opening a can of whoop ass. Used to watch a lot of it back before, but now I just happened to come across the thumbnail and I thought, man. And then you watch some of this, the people that are just walking around and you just listen to the stuff that's being said and talked about is what I get at. Because, you know, things that are directed at the camera, you know, I'm not saying it's not true, but if they looked at a camera, it's going to shape the verbiage because they know they're looking at a camera. I mean, it is what it is. It's a human nature thing. You know, I look at a camera and then I don't choose certain words that I might have chosen just sitting here with a buddy right next to me and we're just, you know, that's so, but it's listening to the things as they're walking and just doing this, but they're picking the audio up of groups right here. And you just listen to the kind of crap that comes out of their mouth. And it's like, and then you know that there's people all around them that aren't disagreeing. So you're kind of going, this is this weird herd mentality thinking. Like nobody wants actual facts and details anymore. They want catchphrases and verbiage that validates what they feel. It really is reaching a feeling level because there's nothing factual. There's no details. There's no actual process. You know, it's an emotional feeling response. I don't know, man. Yeah, the summer of love. From the reports I was seeing, the left are starting to turn against each other now. Well, there's a lot of people that are starting to see it for what it is, because more, I guess you'd say, the right side people, the patriot people, or however you want to identify the people that aren't down with all that crazy shit. There's more of them showing up, and so you know, oil and gas never mixes, but one will become dominant. You pour more gas in, you still got water in it, but it's dominantly flammable gas. You pour more water in it, you still got some flammable gas, but it's mainly watered down. So it's kind of that mentality. Right before, they used to generate it, so anything you saw was a very minuscule amount of people counting. And I think that actually would feed into more of the stressed, depressed, feeling under pressure. Because if you hear people chiming in on things like that, you're more driven to that because you're feeling it. It's kind of like if somebody bumped you by accident and then they walk 5 yards in front and they stop. Well, you're kind of thinking about it, and you might be like, hey, man, that dude didn't even say sorry or nothing. And then all of a sudden somebody that walks up going, man, that dude right there, he was back there, he started saying this, this, and this. You're instinctively going to just go, wow, that dude's a sorry POS. It's like you weren't even involved in anything back there, but because you thought you had a form. Well, you do that with everything, and that's where I think things are just spun so out of control. And now we've reached this emotional feeling level thing where, well, I don't know, but I'm really mad, so I only want to hear the stuff that validates my anger towards that, or I agree with this, and I only want to listen to the things that validate that and everything. And it's kind of like, holy shit, I don't know, man. That's what's the weird, because you can even, I watch people show people things that it doesn't matter. Well, that's what they're, what? And yet they didn't, hell, Tim Pool did one and tried to sit there, and you could tell he got irate. And it's just like, say something specific, Do you think any left party, do you think the left party could split? Well, I think some already did in a way, because that's where you get the Tulsi Gabbards and the RFK Juniors. You get these, the Dave Rubin guy. There's a lot of these left people that were Democratic the first round that then all of a sudden they got so crazy. And then now look at the latest thing with Fetterman, dude. John Fetterman of all people. He's been kicked out of his own Democratic Party because he goes, y'all are batshit crazy. You need to open the government up. What are y'all doing? I don't agree with this. Oh my God, he's not a Democrat no more. Kick him out. So yeah, they're starting to eat their own because it's batshit crazy. So there is no valid foundation for it. It's not going to last. There's no way it can last. So you can't build upon that. Now you take this Mondani dude in New York City, and you can take this concentrated thought, and then you get the Portland kind of mentality with Antifa retards in these cities. Well, you can take those stacked upon populations and you can mind jack them fairly easy, because you can repeat the same shit, bombard it. And I think that's why the larger the areas, the easier it gets, because you can actually cause a message to be repeated instantly. And so all of a sudden it will feel like the norm when it's really not. It's just that you happen to be in an area that's concentrated with 50,000 people on top of each other, or 100,000 people. Or you take some of these cities, if you look, well, that's a 1.5 million. And so you kind of do that whole little, how easy it is to just say something. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't even have to make sense. You scream it out, people hear it, and it automatically starts getting repeated. But as it gets repeated, it gets perverted as it goes. So then it has a life of its own. Do you think the left that were/are kicked up will form a conservative left? I don't know. There actually might end up becoming like a whole reworking where maybe it'll become a more independent thing. You know, I it depends because you know hell the battlefield can change at any given moment because it's a fluid battlefield. Right now, there's a lot of big tech companies, a lot of mouthpieces that are kind of going, ooh. But then again, you also got to look. We still got 3 years of Trump, so some of these people could just be doing things in the front because they know it's like, you can dig your hole right now, but then you got 3 years that you can get buried in that hole in 3 years, or you can kind of stay up here on the outskirts of the hole and not dig into there. I don't know if that makes sense, but morning, Pat. They're all puppets. Well, I think it's people, it's media, and it's and man, when you do look at some of the cities with all the neon and the signs that are blasted messages and just the vibe and rhetoric, no wonder, man, people need to get out and breathe some fresh air, get away from all that advertisement, all that noise. You can call it frequency, or I think it's as simplistic as all that media, the signage and lighting and the vibration and constant, undying noise. If you just kind of get out for a moment, that's almost everybody used to say that even because you just spend a weekend out. It's like New York City. Take a weekend and go to Hudson Valley and you kind of go, oh, wow, look at the trees. Listen to the birds. Wow, I ain't heard them in decades. You got to get out of the noise. Well, it's the same thing nowadays with all the negative crap. You got to get out of the noise. You stay in the noise, nothing progresses. It's going to affect you physically because you're getting more anxious and stressed and depressed and wound up and angry. Because anger will get you just even as well. I can't see the left leaving AOC and Sanders. I'll be back on calling the band search, see what the. I went to a meetup and they talked about sheeple, and all I saw was sheeple being herded. There's a point. Hey, what's up, Billy? Morning. Man, talking about the tail end. When is the real first day of the year? April 1st. It's getting cooler. Was 54, now 48. Let's see, what do we get in store? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, 59 degrees with a high of 84 later. What do we got? A little fog action? Yeah, it looks like a little. Do a 56. Bam. Hope everybody stays safe along the coastline with that Melissa. Not supposed to be here until 9:30. Well, then what are you stressing for? If it's not supposed to be there till 9:30, you ain't close to 9:30. You be tripping for nothing. Hurricane in the Caribbean. Wifey says UT is definitely not coming to Florida. She is the biggest party people around there. What's up, Tuck? Kiss off. You said a 4-letter word. Not the 4-letter word. Damn it. Yeah, I was watching. I don't know, dude, though, to be honest, I'm just kind of, I'm watching it. I hope it does what they say. That's some weird shit, though, isn't it? I mean, that's like a hardcore 90-degree churn. Like, the damn aliens are like all on one side of the ship, man, making that hardcore lean. Steer that way. Present 62, the high is 78 and sunny. You gotta love the sunny. I hate to think I bought these storm shutters for nothing. Oh, just give it, just give it time. Might not be this one. Could be the next one. His test results came back. He's still in remission, so we're all happy. Oh, right on. That's good news, Child's Play. How is Chuck doing, too? Senior. How's he doing? $36 this AM. Roger that. That's a little cold. You can keep that shit up there, but at least it's not freezing. I hope it doesn't go into the Gulf. Oh man, me too, PJ. Especially the way that they're talking about the size of it and the speed. See, that's the one that did us in here with the house. That's what caused most of the damage because we had the rain beforehand, and then that one came over real slow and just soaking more with the winds, and it moved so slow, and it was like, man, I ain't looking forward to that again. But I gotta tell you, we've done decided anything happens here, whatever happens is going to happen over there by the little building. We'll be back over there. We will. And then I'm going to staircase this part to where it won't be cutting so much down at ground erosion. Hey, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. And you know, you're in the heaters, so you need to make sure you check in your smoke detectors, your carbon monoxide detectors, your fire extinguishers. You start firing up these heaters and stuff, you need to start then being prepared to address something that might come up with having those active heat sources going. Enjoy the warmth, but also you need to be prepared to address, a situation, grease fires, dry powder. Oh, you don't want to go there, rescue? Go where? Where am I going now? He's got the progressive MS, the worst one to have, but he's busting through it. That's it. And don't take the flu shot. Yeah. I don't, yeah. I will say I'm not no doctor. I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn, and I don't play one on TV. But I know that I was designed to withstand. So I just take care of what I have been provided with, and it takes care of me. We had an issue without our heating system. We went to fire up this season. Rescue 100% right tester systems now while we have the grid. Yeah, I mean, you need to, and I get it because everybody, we are in such this emotional kind of, I don't know, weird world of communication. So I do worry that people will just kind of be like, I've watched, man, I watched all the episodes of, what was that show, Rescue 911. I know what to do. And it's like, man, it is not the movies. It's kind of like kinetic shit. It's not Call of Duty and it ain't the movies. There ain't going to be no restart. There ain't no respawn, you know, and it's kind of like shit does go wrong, and you instinctively go, oh no. You know how many times over the decades kitchen fires, how kitchen fires happen so bad because out of instinct people will take that glass of water and they go ah, and it's like, yeah, that grease just went right up on the back wall and now the kitchen's on fire. It's like, so it's good to kind of, it's not I'm not in a paranoid way. I ain't trying to be like the fear of God kind of thing, but it's just, it's something to always keep in mind. It's now fire season, it's heat season. So we're, people are initiating, and it might not even be you, it could be your neighbor. How close is your neighbor and the wood line, and it's, is somebody in your area burning? I will say around here, I worry about some of these people just running out here deciding to burn leaves, because it's like, no man, we set a burn ban for a reason. We're too tender dry. We've addressed a lot of issues before. Rescue got the family a early Christmas present yesterday, a Blackstone. Woohoo! There you go, man. I love it. Well, you saw the picture, which I noticed Miss Carolina didn't come in this morning, and I even made it a point because she called me out on the cooking. So I thought, I even told the missus, she was standing right there whenever I filmed that. I said, oh, here, I got to do this real quick. Hold the spatula. So she held the spatula so then I could hold my phone right there and get the shot. Because I said, oh, I needed it. I've been called out. I do stuff. I make stuff. And I love that Blackstone. The only thing I can say is I wish I had the bigger one too, which Vision has the smaller one and the bigger one. I wish I had that same setup, because there are times when I want that bigger one when there's so many people around, and then you can do more, like all the pancakes at once kind of thing. Hey, what's up, Rabbit? There you are. Okay. Child play asking about SR. SR. Oh, senior? Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to know how he was doing, if he was doing okay. That last mess and all them people that passed, oh my. Oh, yeah. I'll never take any of that mess. Screwing up here. Buenos dias, Canadian Northern brother, mother. What's up, buddy? Let's see. Well, we got 54 Southeast North Carolina. Jalopy, morning. Working, paying taxes. Well, hey, I'm going to get back to the working thing. Actually, I got some stuff in the mix, man. I just, it's all in the hands of the Creator. I put it all to God, so we'll just see. But I pray good stuff on its way. I got plans. Dun, 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 dun. So, do we need a song? Do we need a music? What kind of? So, what genre? Because I ain't gonna ask y'all to tell me a song, because hell, you get 40 million songs. So, what genre? Some old rock, classic rock, some country, some soul, depending on, maybe rap. Depends on which one. Rabbit, we were talking about you earlier. Don't worry, I digress on all the nice things I said about you. Oh, you can only imagine. I noticed you took forever to come dragging ass in, Rabbit, by the way. I mean, I don't, is this just, you just getting lazy in your old age or what? Believe it or not, Gnostic, I have that one. You probably didn't think I did, but I actually have that one, along with some other ones. But I can't do that one. YouTube no likey that one on a live. See, that's the problem. YouTube doesn't care if you upload something so much. I mean, yes, some things they do, but some things they don't. But then there's another category called no, you're live, and since you're live, you're not going to be allowed these. And there's the variety has been a trip. There's a gentleman, which I hope he's doing well, Monty. Hell, back a few years ago, we used to sit up here and we would play around with YouTube just to see what triggered them. And I would just go grab random shit. And sure enough, man, you'd be surprised. But yet you can go find this stuff on YouTube. And so, yeah. Well, it's matter of fact, those little things hanging on the wall back there. There's a classic example. You can go out there and you can chew up a car, a building, or whatever. You can just show one, yeah, see this, but you can't do that live. If you put your hands on that while you're live, bloop, they cut you off. They say, oh no, this stream has been shut down. It's just, and that algorithm, that's not even people making decisions, I don't think, most of the time anymore. Now you're just getting algorithm scanned, AI scanned. That's how they tagged me. That or somebody complained too. That happens. You also get the little pissy lurker. Oh no, Glenn Beck. This world needs more Dennis Leary and George Carlin again. Oh, dude, this world couldn't handle Richard Pryor. This world couldn't handle a Richard Pryor or a Dennis Leary or hell, even a Belushi, man. I don't think this world could handle a Belushi. Matter of fact, hell, if Belushi had been around, then maybe old dipshit wouldn't become such a wuss. Old John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. Had to say it to get it right. Yeah, there you go. Andrew Dice Clay's son, boy, don't you know he'd have the whole world on fire by now with his shit. Woo. I got a strike for simulating an apex draw while live with Noah. Yep, see? Because that algorithm picks you up, buddy, and it's like, boop, flag. Sam Kinison. All that, man. Can you imagine if all of them had been around during all this bullshit when it started? It's like the world wouldn't have survived, dude. All this little, matter of fact, that's what that would have been like some kind of Delta Force. You know what I'm saying? Like all these little liberal radical shits, oh man, you could just turn them loose. Be like, here, rent the stadium, put them out there, and they'll just have them like, it would have never picked up traction, dude. They'd have had them crying in the corner. Yeah, man, that's what it would have been. It'd have been like the comedy Delta Force. Got zero F's about your feelings. Matter of fact, now that you've let me know that I'm hurting your feelings, let me do it 10 times more because this is what's funny. And, oh, man, you can only imagine them. Your feelings? What? Are you down there talking about your feelings? Oh, boy, yeah. They'd have got chewed up and spit out. Son, that'd have been worse than the wood chipper. I found the tree that's popping. It fell into another tree. Now 2 need to come down. Holy crap, Blackbird. So is Is that a lean towards you or just a lean in the area? That's a no goodie. Because now that tree is actually dependent on the limb that it landed on. And when that becomes weak in that joint right there, and then as it comes, it'll start to then could have enough to snap the other. Bring all the greats back to life, right? Guess I told him I don't need a ride. Mario is picking me up. Oh, there you go. I miss Rush. He spoke a lot of truth. Yeah. I said from Mario's downtown. Fix that, Junior. Oh, so you say that really triggers you? Well, that's good. I have a whole act about that exact topic, right? No, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's it. That would just be, yeah. Yep, I can't wait for some sunshine. I could have more firewood than I could possibly use. I got to meet Rush and his brother when I lived in Cape Gadoo. You're a dude. Dun, 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 dun. So, Blackbird, is the tree that it's leaning against, is that towards you? And are those is that a hardwood or pines or what? They have a big painting of Rush on the flood wall down in Cape Gadoo. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, it's out away from the cabin. Cool. Half the fun of going to comedy shows is watching someone in the crowd get triggered than watching the comedian go, oh, I know, man. You watch the heckler start to chime in, and all of a sudden it just shows, it's like, here comes the quality of the comedian. What's he going to do with the heckler? And all of a sudden, man, they just chew him up. It's like, yep, that's a good comedian. Oh, man, yeah, that comedy shows today. I listen to some of those because I got a big data bank full of shit. I just can't play it live. And man, yeah, 2025, they couldn't handle it. I've seen Matt riff. He's excellent. Oh, so you finally got him up in the backstage. Thanks, Blackbird. And don't forget, being live chat keeps you current in the conversation. Otherwise, in top chat, it pretty much is up to the YouTube algorithm to decide what you see and don't see. So I mean, hey, if that's your thing, if you need YouTube to control your input, by all means, hang out in top chat. I'm just saying, just pointing out the facts. Jim Brewer speaks a lot of truth. Yeah, I guess sometimes. I don't know. I watched a few and then I saw some, and I'll be honest, Pat, there were some I thought, but see, I'm to each their own. That's what makes the world great, is that we were born in the image of God and created in that image, but we're all unique in our own way. No, he's a comedian. Oh, you got him up there telling jokes. It's hardwood. Ooh, yeah. That'll definitely be some good firewood then. Hey, what's up, coffee? Morning, ma'am. How are you doing? Gotta say, I start to worry about you, ma'am. I ordered address and returned it. It was too small, so they refunded it. I ordered the right size, and they said they were not sending it because we make them personally in China, and we're not doing another one. What? A dress? Girl, you need to just get a hold of a damn seamstress. Hell, type that shit into Google. Seamstress near me. Yes, ma'am, I do. I worry about what's happening up there. I mean, I don't know much about that area. It just from what I know and connecting what looking at the possible outcomes, I'll go, oh man. Now, I was talked about it earlier. You know, the influence that New York City is going to have when this whole free everything there and what happens to that city as businesses leave, and then what that does to the state as that city that's kind of the dominant for the state. It's just a trickle down effect. It's like Mike worry about up there, and I know he's Hudson, but that city's going to impact the state. Well, and it's not just the food stamp thing though, coffee. It's that whole Mandani thing, and that whole man. That dude wants to give away because every time somebody goes, "Hey, we need to do free child care, free health care," well, that's all taxpayer stuff. Well, in the cities, that's these businesses mainly. And so, like, they're talking about taxing them so much that you're going to have the businesses leave. Well, when businesses leave, that's employees now don't have a job, and then they're either going to leave or they become the other side that needs the free shit, because now they don't have a way to provide. And the implosion of that, and the fact that our stock market and that's such an iconic city there, that's what worries me, is how the overall impact. It's not so much the food stamp thing for sure, because that's definitely some heavily concentrated people, but it's the overall run up there. Thought it said indoctrinated here, Charles. Well, I guess I need to put the glasses back on. Wait, what did I miss? Oh, I'm glad my mom introduced me. Indoctrinated. No Christmas here. I'm broke. See, but Christmas isn't about money, Pat. Why can't you have Christmas without money? I'm just saying. I ain't got no money. I can tell you now. We'll be celebrating Christmas for little man. That's for sure. It's kind of taking a whole different aspect for me, and I definitely want to teach him the actual meaning of Christ, the birth of Jesus. Louisiana is funding their own SNAP benefits. Snappy snap. He scares me, yes. It's not so much the power, but see that Kathy lady, the governor, is backing him up. now supporting him. You got Bernie Sanders supporting him, and so it's in that. But what he's wanting to do, and man, I watched this little clip of a speech that they were doing, and he does this free child care, and man, everybody's like all excited, and it's like, man, this is just not good. What's up, KP Heathen? Hey man, that was pretty cool getting in your dad's shop. I bragged about that Falcon. That's so cool. Your dad had awesome taste, sir. Are you still going? I'm hard at work. Yeah, JD had some people show up, so I just kept on talking. Some of Walmarts are locking their doors, and you can only order and pick up. I can imagine. They know what's coming. They have to, from their business mentality, you would almost have to be a complete dumbass not to know what's going to happen, because you've watched your marketing level. They've watched every time something comes up and stores are getting jacked and stuff, and they know where their common thievery is, where most of the shoplifting, and they already know all that data. That's part of their whole back end of running that place. They know all that, just like the ordering is all based off of not every store offers the same shit, because people don't buy the same shit, because the taste ain't the same, because every area is different. And they know, and that's just smart business going, yeah, these people here, they already steal enough shit, and when they get pissed off, this is where most of our traffic comes from off of this, so yeah, let's just not do that. No rescue. Could that shutdown be to give the food stamp program back to the state and out of government hands? No, I think that the shutdown right now, the Democrats are trying to play a game, a political game. Personally, my 2 cents, they're playing a political game, but the Republican side is using it. They're going to use it to clean house. Since they decided to pick this fight, they're going to use it to clean house. And whenever we come out the dust of this, I think our federal government funding will be down some. We won't be paying so many thousands of people to just remotely sit at home and slow your paperwork and shit down. Christian, about family, not presents, brother. That's it. I spent 20 years looking for that car for him. Yeah, I can't remember the year I had, and the guy around the loop bought it. I was up in Tennessee. My mom had called saying he was interested a couple of times, and then I finally said, okay. He fixed it up. I want to say it was yellow, canary yellow, and he had it all badass. I was like, man, he did a hell of a job with it. Right on, Jalopy. Heard they're cutting back on. Actually, I heard that there's supposed to be some kind of increase. Oh, you mean on the personnel? Yeah. The states that don't have funds for SNAP are going to be chaotic, guaranteed. Sorry, I'm hitting pause because work. So if you miss mine. No worries, coffee. Me too. States like Missouri would be able to do that quite easily with the amount of revenue. Who was the last Naira by God's grace? He's a communist. He never worked a day in his life. I know, right? That dude's crazy. Closed down good, but we are getting a whooping 2.0 code. I didn't hear that. It's just food stamps. I pray that SNAP goes state to state for better control. See, the problem is, that would be cool and all, but I don't think they'll do it state to state. And the reason why they don't want them is because, see, some of these states don't pull their own weight, and they know it. That's why they like that government stuff. That's why they want that Department of Education, because they're like, oh man, but that means we got to tote our own. As soon as I apply for disability, there's a damn shutdown. Right, Eric? I feel for you, buddy, and I'm sorry you're going through that. I'm sorry for every people that are going through that. And unfortunately, it's just like with the prices going up. But this is, at some point, there is a burning sensation. You kind of, you get jacked up and you go through the eye and then you put the good salve on and you seal it off and you're like, okay, now it's better. But now it's time to tend to that wound. And it's like, you get burnt. At first you're in pain, but you put the good old salve and everything on it. You wrap it and then you feel better. But now it's time to clean it up and it's fixing to sting almost worse than it did before because it's always darkest before the dawn. And it's going to sting before it gets better. So we're going to take this. It's the consequences of becoming lazy and outsourcing so much and getting comfortable with that way of life. Then when the rug gets pulled, that's when the more relying on that, the more they're going to feel it. And we're going to, but I think we're going to come out. I still think things will be better, at least for the 3 years. I think we're headed in a better direction. I really do, even though it's going to feel like a dip right now. But I think the intent, because like I said, the dude's a brother. I like him or don't like him, it don't matter. He's got a family legacy and grandkids that he looks out for. So he's not fixing to tear everything down here to leave them a pile of ashes. Somebody like Biden would, because then they don't care. That's a typical politician. That dude's not a politician. He was a business guy that had a legacy built before. So he just wants to improve on it. He don't want to tear it all down. That's just, does that mean I like him and agree with every decision? No. I think he makes the best decision he can at the time with what he can, I guess. I don't know. I know I do here. I don't make the best decisions, but it's the best ones I come up with at the time. You ever wondered about that too? So many of them people that get up there and then they say how he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong, he's doing that, but yet how come they didn't run for president? How come, it's like, what? And some of them are damn just news anchor type people. And so it's like, well, okay, you've been a representative. What do you do? Oh, you don't do anything. Oh, wait, you're a senator. What do you do? Oh, you don't do anything. $2.89. Damn, I meant to remember what that was. I think it's $2.39, $2.69, $2.39, can't remember what it was last night. Mad Chad, greetings from the Erie Coast. Where'd he go? I missed it. My bad. Blue says I need gas in my car. Well, that usually helps them go, unless it's a diesel, and then it might not run so good then. That's why there's a difference between gas and fuel. I mean, really, how many states can you have a grocery store, a pharmacy, and the cannabis store in the same area? Tennessee seems to steal to get a balanced budget. I have until Friday on the mortgage thing. I want to build back better, damn it. Well, sometimes it stings when you rip the Band-Aid off. I mean, really, they are employees of the American People, so fire them. Jeez. Right, that's what I'm talking about. Well, see, and people forget how many people Biden's administration put into play during the whole COVID bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Tuck? Gotta go. Roger that and make it a good day. Hey, keep your head on a swivel. They park food trucks in. Hey, give them time. They'll have one of them little strip mall setups where you can kind of do it all in one little walk. You just park here and you can start here and go from one to the next to the next. I don't either, kiss him. Rescue, we pick him, but he restart. Copy devil ego / pride with greedy, 3 years to con mankind to get war. Turd and Kush, peace deal renew, get 7 payoff. You know, Cherokee, you're just repeating. I could have followed along, and I get the whole little let's dogpile on Donald Trump, but dude, really to attack Charlie Kirk's wife, you know what, brother? I'm gonna tell you straight up. Following that kind of rhetoric, it just shows an ignorance, dude. So that just shows an ignorance. There you go. You know, that whole Israel, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens shit, that's just, I don't know. That's what happens when the CIA comes and puts shroom shit in your refrigerator, I guess. What's up, Vision? How are you this morning? Get more gauze. That whole instant attack to Charlie Kirk and his wife, and then all of a sudden calling her that, and it just goes to show you the devil at play, because they'll attack somebody righteous because he didn't do anything in the violent side, so they have to try to find something. They kill him because of he would made a difference. And so, and it's funny because so many people will talk about when they say something, and they'll say over the target. Well, you don't get much more over the target when that dude who did not do anything on the aggressive side, he went and just had conversations and got taken out. And then the next step is to jump into this Israel thing, which is whatever. I think that's the latest thing. It's almost like the racism shit. You're going to trigger people because the whole Israel, I don't know. Dude, that's just a country. They need to do them. I am tired of sending money over to them type thing, but because I don't think we ought to be funding anybody anymore. This just isn't working out. But then all of a sudden to attack his wife, like, oh, well, she was in on it. So just instantly the kids, her, this whole thing. And it's like, man, how weak do you have to be to just reach over and jump onto the devil's platform? I mean, it's like, damn, dude, he doesn't even have to throw anything in the water and people just jump all over that. And that ain't nothing but devil rhetoric, in my opinion. That's the evil rhetoric. Let's attack the wife. That way we can target anything faith-based because, hey, it's not like Christians and Christianity and God is under attack or anything right now. Heaven, nah. Because it's not like righteous and moral values are under attack. No. It's not like we're mutilating children or anything. No. She's not righteous. You don't know her, Cherokee. So sorry, dude, that's such an ignorant thing to say. You're literally attacking somebody and you don't know jack shit. You're listening to something and you don't know that person even knows jack shit. And then you just come out and attack somebody to throw that she's not righteous. You don't know shit. Think about the concept, dude. Come on, brother. Think about that. You're just going to spit that out? You don't even know that woman. Does the person you heard it from, do they even actually know her, or are they just repeating rhetoric? Man, this is the shit that's wrong with society right now. Too much of that emotional bullshit. I get it. Somebody's butt hurt because, ooh, Charlie Kirk, ooh. I get it. The word Jesus Christ might offend somebody. I get it. Ooh. We're living in an emotional world, apparently. And so let's just dogpile people. Hey, I know. What about the kids in cages? Aren't we going to chime that in, because they twisted that media up? What about the fine people on both sides? Do we want to preach that shit? Grab them by the hoo-ha. Yeah, let's not forget. Let's chime that in. And what is the other thing? The 36 convicted felons that never really happened. And, it's such the ignorance, dude. It's sad how this is gone. Facts, man, facts. That's, you know what? It's going to get your house in order is to stay grounded. Stay grounded when you hear it and it really has this overwhelming sound, you know, then you need to pause and think, why? What do I actually know? And what am I just listening to? Okay, well, you know what? And if you're really going to make a judgmental call on somebody on a spiritual level like that, maybe, just maybe, do the groundwork and actually go and intentionally look for things that counter that. Like, fine, you just heard 3 thumbnails that all say, ooh, she's one of it. She was part of it. She got paid off to assassinate her own husband in front of her kid. Yeah. Okay, now go look for the same 3 thumbnails that counter that. That's neutrality. But to just jump on something because, well, I already hate the government to begin with, and since the government's been sending money to Israel and we're in a war because of Israel, then you know what? I'm going to hate Israel too. So I hate the government because they're corrupt, and I'm going to hate Israel because the corrupt government's been giving them money. Oh, wait, this chick right here, she says that they're involved in killing him. You know what? Yeah. And it's like, really? Really? This is worse than the damn little telephone thing that used to happen as a kid in school, where it would be like, okay, so. And by the time it got around the circle, there wasn't even anything associated to what started out. And then look at the digital and how easy it is for that to just, man, the littlest thing. You know, I don't know. The dude never had his kids facing the camera. He really took family serious. He preached it. He walked it. He lived it. You can hear about people that met him when he was in his 20s, you know, and how he was. You can hear in just interviews about him, but because, oh, they look at this, and then you get a little clip that puts this in, and it gets thrown out, and then everybody just ignores all this because this fits what I really want it to be more. It's like, so do people really want Israel? Why? Because then people can start claiming we ought to go to war with them or something. I mean, what's the end game? Like, where's the actual proof? You know, but no, we don't need proof. We just need what fits our narrative, what makes us comfortable, because then we might not have to deal with something that we don't like. We might have to accept something that we don't like because it's the common good. And we're like, but I don't really care for that. I don't know. Sorry. I get what, because it's just, man, it's so quick on this judgmental bullshit, you know, and to watch how fast that happened. I'm sorry. Did anybody talk about that Butler, PA kid, the Crooks kid, and how weird his fucking parents were? How come nobody stayed on that dog train? You know, what a weird thing. How come nobody stayed on the dog train of that house being totally wiped clean? How come nobody stayed on that dog train? How come nobody stayed on the dog train of the dude with the rifle through the bushes down there? Oh, because this is better. Because this was more of a righteous person right here. This was a dude who did nothing but have a voice. He didn't go out and create big things. All he did was he went to colleges, which is the foundation of the corruption of this society. This is where the doctors want to tell you put 2 masks on and stick these 8 jabs in your arm. Guess where they got educated? In those very schools. So what is it? The spokesperson that goes right into the den of wolves to actually start to just talk to them, not argue, not scream, but to just have a conversation and then be like, no, not in a judgmental, not in a name calling, and what they do, they took him out because that was too much on point. Too much on point. That's my belief. Do you, boo? Thank God we live in America and we actually can have our own opinions. I'm sorry, I need to go back and read Coffee's. I saw it was a good one, but then soapboxes get big. Rescue, not gonna lie, I've had my reservations about her, and I pray it isn't true, but my feelings come from the fact that we're all about family, and she left her 2 young girls to go take over. Well, she didn't leave them. See, I don't think she didn't leave them, because that you would have to look more into TP USA. They've That's like a family. Matter of fact, you know what? An off little thing interview to watch would be that Anna Luna Pauline, no. Anna Pollyanna, no. I don't know. It's the Luna lady. It's the Florida representative chick. There we go. My bad. Anyway, she talked because she actually got involved first at TPUSA, Turning Point USA, before she even got into politics. And so when you listen to how when she met him, I think that was more of a family, because I think it was faith. That was his. He was even asked one time, it's like, what do you want to be remembered by? And it wasn't no glory. It was his faith. I don't know. And I don't, I guess I choose not to see the worst unless I'm shown, the evidence. That's all. Alrighty, PJ, make it a good day, man. I'm sorry, she probably already gone. Rabbit can tell her I said to have a good day. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Pretty much. I mean, think about 2025. We jumped 34 trillion to now 10 months. I guess. See, though, to me, Cherokee, here's all I'm going to say, dude. Like, I read that, and that just is like a media headline, because I don't know, do I think money's going to go up? Yeah. But, I don't know. Fine, it's all his fault. So now what do we do? There we go. I guess that's the best way then. Fine. The world all sucks. It's full of zombies. The aliens are coming. It's flat as goddamn CD disc, and there is no space. So what's next? What do we do now? Now that all that's come true, now what? See what I'm saying? I mean, there's more to life. There's more to life. It's not a headline thing. There's living and breathing and enjoying and participating and, as I said, just reservation. I really try hard not to judge since I don't know the full term, but I would think she would stay home with the girls. Well, but see, that's a big message. And if you really, let me ask you this, Coffee, I'll just put it like this, and then I'm not trying to pick on you, but if you really believe that your calling from God was to go and communicate and to do this, and you married a woman who shared your faith, and so you guys grew together in that same faith, you believed in that biblical union, you believed in that. If he passed, or got, actually not even passed, see, if he passed, it'd probably be different. The fact that he got assassinated by the very evil cloud that he was addressing, I totally can see that fueling her faith even more, and the people around her saying, no, this is, because this is what he would have wanted. And I think that, I mean, I'm all for my grandkids, my kids. I'm for family. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've done a lot of things and made decisions based all off of around them, but I do believe that can be a rallying cry. I believe that can, and I think that organization, the core of that organization was built that way. It's kind of like the Trump organization. People, and I get orange man bad. I said the T word, trigger. But that before the politics, before everybody got into attack mode over Donald Trump, because it's amazing, for 30 years the dude was on the damn TV and nobody said a negative anything about him. And it wasn't until he says, I'm going to run, and then he won the damn conservative popular vote, and they're like, oh my God, and flip switch. But anyway, I digress. I think it's the way I'm supposed to do this as a YouTuber. I digress. He has his family, so I get it, and he's made decisions, and I just don't think you do that. Like he's got a core group that's around that family and that they've been with him. There's people that have worked, for decades. Their father, hell, there was one dude I heard an interview. He went to work for him. His dad worked for him. And I remember growing up around people that had, like, that was a thing back in the day. I kind of actually for decades used to regret not doing that because I used to get bored. I'd learn stuff and then I get bored and I want to go learn something else. And so that's why I've worked here, here, here. I've done this, is because I like to learn stuff. But I always used to regret not sticking and staying somewhere. Because that's what used to be promoted as the goal, like was to grow up, you have a career, a skill, and you pick something you enjoy and you make that your career, and then you work it and you save and raise your family, and then you retire, and the white picket fence thing, and people make fun of it. But once again, why make fun of it? That was actually legitimate goals. There was nothing wrong with those goals. It built the country. It got us through a couple of world wars, and there's people that do want to try to get back to that. I don't know. Man, y'all done sparked me up this morning. Look at you. I blame this all on y'all. No, I'm just picking. Just totally picking. I've realized, man, after the little emails the other day from when I just made I forgot even how I said that. Something about the people on the free ride or something. And oh man, I got all kinds of little emails. I started even doing another one going, okay, just so we're clear, I get it, man. If you need them, you need them. And I'm sorry it's happening to you, but and what is that? You're Jew and blood. See, I don't even know, dude. You know what? All I know is there's some Cherokee, there's some German, Irish, I think. There's some French. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what all is in my bloodline. I never really gave a shit. I just never really gave a shit, I was not a 23andMe kind of guy. But then I was never a family kind of person except for my family, but then I didn't grow up, so I ain't knocking nobody. So my God, don't take nobody, I'll get all butt hurt over this. I don't do so much the bloodline thing. Like there's cousins and shit I think out there, but there's no connection. And I didn't grow up with that. Now the missus did. The missus has the whole little clan thing, Oh, damn, that was probably a wrong choice of words. I'm kind of a pale person. Okay, I didn't mean it in that way. They have the whole group thing, the get together. That's what I meant. Okay, so now, but they have, in matter of fact, her Uncle Roy was like, that's the one I told y'all whenever he died in the flood. And I told y'all, actually, I streamed right after that had happened. That dude was like solid, man. He was about as country as can get, but Uncle Roy was badass. But like she grew up that way, so I get it. There's people, but see, I wasn't. Now my children, and I don't even really impose that on them. It's like, I would like it, people coming here. We have a gathering, but I also get it. Hey man, you got to do you because that's your family, because that's what I did. And I always try to become very aware that I raised my children and I know what I had no problem telling anybody that had their opinion to me. So then I shouldn't impose mine on my kids. I don't have a problem really acknowledging that. Drinking coffee. I know. See, I do think I have one cup left, but I'd have to go nuke that for about a minute and a half. Because see, I always save enough for an afternoon cup. Because then I don't have to make another one until this evening. But see, I don't have one of those little radiating nuclear devices back here. So that means I gotta go towards the kitchen, and that's a minute and a half in the microwave. I beg people not to do those 23andMe things. They pushed it too hard. You were paying to give them your DNA. Then all of a sudden, see that? How this? Oh well, hell, how about this? Then 23andMe turns around and sells their whole database to China. You know, woo. Well, what could go wrong with that? Your number one adversary has a whole DNA database on you. Gee, what could go wrong? Oh, I don't know. Let me count the ways. You mean we ain't bros? Hey, you know what, Vision? We are bros. We're bros because Noah's the man. Yep. We bros. We go back to Noah. We float that boat. Hey, I need to start you a song. I'm fixing to sip this cold ass coffee. It gets a little bit of a bite when it's cold. I'm not going to keep drinking it this way. So before anybody gets like, oh my God. So don't freak out too much. I only did that because it was very to the top of the edge. And then I realized I picked it up with the most moronic intention of taking a drink. And I thought, well, I'm holding it. I might as well do it. So I need to get y'all a song where I've got me a couple minutes so I can go and I gotta nuke this stuff. Hey, this what sucks is I'm gonna have to turn this up so I can hear this. Otherwise, I won't even be able to enjoy the damn good song that I just picked. This is not working out in my favor, I can tell you. Hey, what's up, Tony? Morning. Hey, okay. Look, it's Everlast. If you don't like Everlast, then give it, I don't know, 3 minutes and come back. And hey, it ain't for everybody. But I'm gonna nuke this coffee, so I will be right back with y'all.
Yesterday, just a dream I don't remember. Tomorrow, still a hope I've yet to endure. I'm out of time, I'm out of rhyme, I'm out of reason. Seasons change and leave me out in the cold. Stories told, tale been told by many scholars. Fist full of dollars and pocket full of love. God above, if you hear me crying. Trying to sell my soul, but no one's buying. Lord, strike me down now if I'm lying. It's getting cold, it's time for dying. Come on and watch me shine. Shine. deserve or maybe what you need. So fill my hole with precious dirt, love, till the soil and block the weed. Come on and watch me shine. Like the world is mine today. Come on and watch me shine. Like the world is mine today. Watch me shine.
Oh, coffee's messing up the numbers. Does that mean everybody in your area is going to get a pay raise, Coffee? Hey, thanks for hanging out, Coffee. Make it a good day, man. Be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't work too hard, just hard enough. What's up, show and tell? Just got done burping the buds. Not the burping. Man, little coffee gets the day going. You know, this is a marvelous Monday. And you know why it's a marvelous Monday? It's a marvelous Monday because you have the capability of making it a marvelous Monday. So, see, that's why. And because I would like to think that all you mother cluckers that come to the Clucking Alamo, you got fortitude, you got a backbone, you got morals. And so I know you can make it a good day because I know you're capable of it. Because you're here. And if you're here, well, it must be because somehow we find camaraderie. I would like to think that means that it's some of that's based off of fortitude. I am kind of a blunt. I try not to be egotistical by any means, but I'm a strong-willed person, and I figure I probably attract some strong-willed people. So hey, maybe I just need to kind of give you that little thump in the back of the head, pa-ding, and let you know that hey, you got this. Remember them little ear thumps you'd get? Huh? You'd have that friend sitting in class. He'd get you to reach up there and say, "Pow." Well, that's kind of me. I'm giving you the thump. Boom. I'm letting you know you're capable. You're capable. Oh, Billy's gonna off to season it. Sent me some pics. What am I getting pics of? Hold on now. What are you doing, Timmy Rabbit? Oh yeah, look at you. So now, is that has that already been hanging? And so then you're going to start trimming, going around and all that good shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you did there. Never mind. I needed to keep scrolling. Man, that's a lot of stem on that. You leave all that stem on there? You know, I remember people like you back in the day, Rabbit. I remember people like you when I was younger. I remember that. Now I know it's people like you. Uh huh. Be like, wait, I thought I got a half. Hell, half of this is stems and seeds. And it's like, oh, well, you know, that's what's in there. Yeah, now I know why. Now I know why. No stems, no seeds, and nothing we don't need. Because Acapulco Gold is some kick-ass weed. Got to get going. Continue to make it a great day. Roger that, Vision. And I might see y'all after a while. Might see you after a while, too, if you stop by Vision. I'm going to be doing some post holes and digging. I'm going to attempt to anyway. And if I might set up and do a little live because, you know, I'm going to start trying to just let people know by visual example. You know, the best way to show people is by doing it in front of them. So I'm just going to show you, I think, during the week that you can do. And I'm going to try to start connecting you with people that'll help encourage you to do. Vision's one of them, which I gave him a month so he could drop his link. White Widow. What's up, Tiger? Morning, morning, morning. This should be interesting. Hey, well, you know, that's what I do it for. You're on to me, Pat. I do it for your mere enjoyment. No, I do. You know, because it's easy to get. You know, people tell you ought to do this, you need to do that, but I want to show you. That's what you need to do. Look, you can do it. You can figure out a way. You know, granted, you'll probably see me do things that weren't capable of last year, but through the grace of God, I can now. But I'll actually be sure and point that out too. I give everything I do the grace to God because that's, man. Some of us have to work. Hey, I'm going to try to get there. I'm getting there. I do got good things in the works. That's the idea. Hopefully, there'll be people that enjoy it. And I'm wondering about hanging with my youngest cousin in real estate sale. He made $700,000 a week. $700K a week. Maybe a year. Or in a week. It's a very big problem that is personal. Worked my ass off this weekend putting flooring down in the sunroom. Selling malls. Well, yeah, that gravy train will run out though, so hopefully he invest that money he makes. Right, Tiger, he wanted to put the floor in, and he bought the floor and he got the floor and he wanted to do that. That's different than working. at a job that if you were given the choice, you would not be at. Hey, it's been 3 hours, guys. It's a marvelous Monday. It's October 27, 2025. We do have the store Melissa out there. Well, let's just keep an eye on her. I think I'm, because you know what? I got to get busy. I just got to go ahead and call it. I see, I enjoy the conversation so much, but I gotta apply my own time limits. So I appreciate y'all starting your week with me. Just know you can make this in a marvelous day. You're totally capable of it. It's in what you put in and the way you absorb that information and what you do with it. You need to focus on the stuff you can deal with. So I appreciate y'all. There is a God. He's got a son, Jesus, and he wants to hear from you. I appreciate you. Take care, everybody. I will see y'all soon. Peace, everybody.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed to bow your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
shotgun in the family, raise your babies by the book, and keep my picture in your wallet, keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right, forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. America, God bless you. Talk to God. He's waiting for you. Life is good. Make it a good day. Peace, everybody.